on. All right. Hey guys, we're back from like our brief hiatus last week because last week was insane. I didn't have any free time, so this is spring break, so we're catching up on fucking everything that came out like in the past couple of weeks. It's been a really fucking busy year.
I forgot you guys are on spring break.
Yeah, I know.
I'm out of college now, so my old spring break schedule is all out of whack.
A successful video reviewer, too good for us. Too good for us now.
Anyways,
now obviously, as you can see, the Nintendo reviewer is back.
Hi guys.
Wrote him in for this one, and we're here to see
Run All Night.
Run All Night, the Liam Neeson Ed Harris movie. And let's face it, those are the only two reasons you came to see this movie.
Actually, yeah, I didn't really look up much else as what the movie was about. I just saw someone on the trailer. I was like, Ed Harris and Liam Neeson are clearly adversaries here. I want to see this now.
And they're fucking great in
yeah,
this
they
movie.
are great.
Like, they're the most interesting part of the movie.
I know.
And the rest of the actors aren't giving shit, but when they're on screen, the movie's magic. But that's what it comes down to. Like, this is not a bad movie. God knows, by comparison to the other shit I've seen this year, this looks like Casablanca.
So you had a nice break from the shitty movies.
This actually was a refreshing break. That being said, like, this movie only is entertaining because of Liam Neeson and Ed Harris, though, because they are both so fucking good.
They're both great at drama. I've seen Liam Neeson since Star Wars Episode 1, and I've seen him in a bunch of other things. And I saw Ed Harris, and you saw the movie The Rock, right, with Connery and Nick Cage?
You know, I've never actually seen The Rock.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I think I would because I'm a Nicolas Cage fan, but it's on my list to eventually
Ed Harris is the main antagonist there, and he's actually really goddamn good in that, too. And then I saw him in Enemy at the Gates, which is also really good.
Ed Harris, like, is the villain in everything he's in. He's horribly typecasted, but he makes a great fucking villain.
Yeah, he is an awesome villain. So
he was the most confusing villain I've ever seen in like National Treasures 2.
Oh, I haven't seen that, but
wasn't very good. But Ed Harris is the villain.
Yeah,
in that
everything
one too.
else I've seen Ed Harris in, he is like always good. I'm like, goddamn, dude.
And he's really good. And like I said, him and Liam Neeson have really good chemistry.
Yeah, they do.
like their dynamic is easily the most interesting. I just want them to get a buddy cop movie called Neeson and Harris, and I would be there in a heartbeat. I'd be there.
So many drama scenes between the two of them, and they wouldn't even be yelling at each other. They'd just be...
No!
It would just be so intense. They wouldn't have to yell at each other.
They don't have to. They're actually, like, a lot of the moments between them, because, like, in the movie, they're like childhood buddies that kind of grew up and like formed this criminal syndicate together, except
it's
now...
like Irish Mafia, I gather.
Like Irish Mafia, something along those lines. Either way, and then Jimmy's kind of the more hard, like, down on his luck retired hitman, basically, while Neeson, Ed Harris is the leader of the mafia, whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
But so they have all this clear history, and they don't even need to give much explanation. It's all told through the bits of dialogue they have.
Yeah.
And just their chemistry together, and they look and act like they've been friends for decades.
Yeah.
And it really shines through. And it's like, I wanted more of that.
It's like, why haven't we paired up Neeson and Harris in a movie before this?
They should do it more, because like I said, they work really fucking good off each other. Whenever they're on stage, you go like, this is really good. Like, even just any one of them in the scene by themselves can make shitty dialogue work. Like, Ed Harris in particular makes some scenes fucking work only because he's in it.
Just like, yeah, those were the best parts of the movie. Yes, I liked the action, but the best parts, not gonna lie, were between Ed Harris and Liam Neeson. Like,
okay, if you see the trailer, you basically know the basic plot of this movie, where Liam Neeson plays a character called Jimmy, who is this, like I said, kind of a Scottish, like, Irish hitman. Oh, by the way, let me give the basic synopsis. We gotta talk about Santa Claus.
Oh, the Santa Claus. That's how we got our money's worth.
That's how we got our money. But like, that's what we're joking around about. Where in the movie's like, this was absolutely worth the $10.
Liam Neeson in a Santa suit.
Oh, it's glorious. But
that's all you need.
But through a series of unfortunate events, Jimmy's son, who by the way has like the worst perpetual angry bitch face since like Angry Eyebrows and Maze Runner. I don't know if you ever saw.
I didn't see Maze Runner. I heard it wasn't that good.
It was terrible. But do you ever? If you see the guy in the trailers, he always had these angry eyebrows. He looked like that guy a little bit. Like Liam Neeson's son in this movie only has one expression: pissed off. And that is him like flatlined through the entire movie.
And yet, still more expressions than Kristen Stewart.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. For a second there, I honestly forgot who Kristen Stewart was for a second.
Well, maybe you repressed that memory of who Kristen Stewart was.
I'm lucky that I haven't had to see much of her work, thank God.
Yeah.
You know it's bad when I like Keanu Reeves more. Then again, Keanu Reeves won me over by John Wick, which you should actually go see, by the way. John Wick is a fucking amazing
I'll see that
action movie.
at some point.
If not, I will lend you my copy.
And just be picturing Grant's face, because it looks so much like him, except a lot shorter.
You think Grant looks like Keanu Reeves?
In that movie, he does.
You think so?
It is like with the hair and the facial hair. Whenever they have the same hair and facial hair, they kind of look similar. If Grant stood on the box.
Sorry, now I'm just imagining, like, you know, remember that scene in Lord of the Rings 2? Where you pan over the bridge and you see Legolas and they say next to Gimli, you could have picked a better spot. Now I just imagine that with Keanu Reeves and Grant.
Grant is gonna dislike this video now because I'm giving him shit.
He's probably not gonna watch it, so you can say whatever you want. Yeah. I'm gonna tell him this later, though, because that's so I can watch him and go, oh, he's a bastard. But anyway, so, but Liam Neeson's son hates Liam Neeson because, of course, he used to be an Irish hitman and he had a rough childhood and blah, 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 blah. It makes things so painfully difficult in this movie. We'll talk about him later because he really annoyed the shit out of me. But,
the worst was Ed Harris's son.
Oh, yeah, that little shithead. Ed Harris's son is much more of the spoiled rich kid who wants to prove himself to his father. Again, kind of like John Wick.
Okay.
And, of course, he does something stupid and ends up having to fight off some... What kind of...
he murdered 2 Albanian gangsters.
Albanian, that's what it was. Like, Albanian thug members who were trying to shake him for money that Ed Harris's son owed him. But Liam Neeson's son was driving the limousine they were traveling in. So he saw what happened, and therefore his son... Instead of, doing what everyone else was already kind of telling him to do, which is like, don't do anything, we'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Ed Harris knows, like, okay, I'm gonna call Jimmy, we're gonna sort this out, don't fucking do anything.
Stay put.
Stay put. That is literally what they tell him. And yet he still goes, no, I'm gonna clean this up myself, and goes out to kill him, and big surprise, Liam Neeson is already fucking there, because he's kind of already like, alright, shit's gonna go down, I'm gonna prepare for this.
Yeah.
So shit does go down, and Liam Neeson ends up killing Ed Harris' son, which prompts their little feud that goes on to the rest of the movie.
Which also makes us happy because that son was just such a brat.
He was such a fucking brat.
You wanted him to die.
Yeah, he was that shit son that you just like, okay, how long till he bites it? And
yeah.
That doesn't help the trailer spoils it for you.
Practically, yeah.
Yeah, they were telling you what happened, so there's no surprise when it actually does happen. But like I said, though, all the supporting characters in the movie are really just one-dimensional shitheads.
Yeah, actually.
Did you notice that?
A lot of them, now that I really think about it, the most three-dimensional characters there were Liam Neeson
and Ed Harris. That's why they're most interesting to watch, because they don't have any depth. And it's played by 2 genuinely good actors. I mean, say what you will about Liam Neeson's career as of late, when he wants to act, he can fucking act.
Yeah, he is a great actor.
I mean, did he win for Schindler's List?
I don't remember. I know Schindler's List itself won. I can't remember if he won Best Actor for it or not. I don't know.
If he did, it's one of the movies like he fucking deserves it, if that was the case.
Yeah.
But like, and you've got Ed Harris, who always plays the villain, but he plays such a damn good villain.
And like, he played a villain with heart too. He wasn't just a black and white villain. He actually had some complexity.
Like, spoiler alert, when they die, like, before the 3rd act, I was like, well, shit, now who am I gonna root for? Because that's really what it is, because, like, Ed Harris actually has, like, a legitimate emotional arc through this movie with Liam Neeson. Like I said, you can fuck his son. I don't care about him, because with his, like, resting bitch face, it's just so annoying.
Like, I can't say I'll be too heartbroken if the son dies, but... Yeah.
No, like, I was only rooting for his son not to die so his daughters didn't have to see it. That was the only reason I was really rooting for him to live. But other than that, he just makes everything so difficult and so antagonistic, ironically. Even though...
Stop your bitching.
Like, that's kind of what it was. Because there's literally a point where, like, he deliberately contradicts himself just to bitch more at Liam Neeson. Like, I don't know if you caught this, but I think there's actually a line of dialogue where, this is like 100% true what he says, where like Liam Neeson comes to his house because of course he knows that Ed Harris' son is probably gonna come after him. Yeah. So they're kind of waiting there at the dinner room table, just kind of waiting for something to happen. Meanwhile, his son's family, he sent off to like her brothers or something like that.
Yeah, the brothers.
But anyway, and then he goes, I haven't seen you in 5 years. And Liam Neeson goes, because you didn't want me around. And he goes, because you're trash. I'm like, pick a complaint and stick with it.
Looking for an excuse to bitch out your father.
I know, it's like, I get it, you don't like him, but you know, he's kind of risking his neck not to, to save you. I at least show some appreciation.
Like, hey, thanks for saving my life.
Yeah, and this we forgot about Santa Claus. We got to talk about Santa Claus.
Yes, talk about Santa Claus.
Okay, so like this happens in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, and it's fucking fantastic. Where in order to like pay off some debts he owes like Ed Harris's son, he says, hey, we need a Santa Claus.
Yeah, because Liam Neeson, he needs a loan from Ed Harris' son, and he's about to give it to him, and then he goes, wait, we need a Santa Claus. Like, oh, no.
And you and I are discussing, like, yes.
Like, worth the price of admission.
So, and then he goes into it drunk.
Yeah.
So we
drunk
have
Liam Neeson in a Santa suit.
Drunk Liam Neeson Santa Claus. Who, by the way, I've had this job, and it sucks.
I'm sorry.
I was Santa Claus last year. It's an interesting experience, to say the least.
Oh man, I can imagine. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah, I got paid good money to do it.
I was gonna say you must have been at least paid. Please tell me you got paid.
Oh yeah, I got paid handsomely for that work. But anyway, so he has this girl's daughter on his knee, and the wife, like the mother, is staying nearby, and then Liam, he starts hitting on her.
While sit on the other lap.
Like, oh, I got enough room here. Why don't you come sit right over here? But it's like, and then she like puts the child down and leans over, takes the beard off, and he goes, hey, let me prove you. I'm talking like Batman, but I can't do Liam Neeson voice. So he goes, let's disprove an Irish curse.
Let's disprove the Irish curse.
I'm skinny, but I'm long.
I'm long.
Meanwhile, the dude, that's
my wife.
That's dude. What the fuck? Which it makes it even funnier when they end up fighting later in the movie.
Oh yeah, because he brings that back later.
And then he goes, hey Frank. His name is Frank.
Yeah.
I was talking to your wife earlier. She took me up on her offer. Didn't know anyone that could swallow 12 inches like that.
Yeah. And that's a way to throw off your enemy's concentration.
Yeah, right? Like, problem is, like, this is one of those action movies that is so thrown off by coincidence and incompetence. Because at any point, so many times, someone could have killed Liam Neeson and whoever the hell his son's name is in this movie. Michael.
Yeah,
I should
Michael.
know that. That's my name.
Yeah.
God knows he says it enough times. But, like, for example, there's a part where Ed Harris hires this hitman named Price.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I was looking at my preview photos on my YouTube. This is a completely random segue, but I was noticing this where I've always noticed there's at least half of the videos I have at some point have my hand raised like this at some point.
Yeah, actually, I saw a lot of that. There's a lot of this.
There's a lot of hands. Because I talk with my hands a lot. I was looking at the camera like, hey, wait, I'm doing it again. Apparently, I just really want to see my palm. See, there's my love line. Oh, you can't really see that for shit.
That's just kind of a thing you do. I notice you kind of talk with your hands, which I'm half Italian, so sometimes I'll do that too.
Oh yeah.
I notice you. I think you do it more.
I do. I can't blame it on Italian things. I honestly don't have any clue what my bloodline is, to be honest.
I would be surprised if you turned out to be Italian. I'm not surprised at all.
Hey. Anywho, so they're in this apartment building because apparently Michael has this young obnoxious, another case of one-dimensional little shit.
Yeah, he is also one-dimensional. He's like his boxing student at the gym.
Yeah, it's like a boxing student's brother. He's not the actual boxing student. He's like his little brother.
Yeah, that's right.
He likes to hang around him, but he's like doing the tough mentor stuff, and to the point where it seemed excessive. Where he accidentally said shit by accident, and then he goes, don't use that language. He goes, I'm sorry, I just slipped. You let one thing slip. You let everything slip. It's like, okay, fucking Batman.
Oh, all right.
Calm down, dude.
It's like, I understand martial arts discipline, but, cut the kid a little bit of slack.
I know, he's like, he's not even your student. So, what you're doing this tough guy shit? Relax. Oh, I said shit. Now I'm going down a slippery slope.
Yes, I'm going to become a bad guy.
Which actually, in my case, might be true. So.
Foreshadowing for Michael's life.
Oh, now I'm just sad.
Liam Neeson in a Santa suit. Be happy.
No, I can't. I can do that. If I'm not getting paid for it, I might just do the same thing. Hey, let's prove an Irish curse. Or I'm doing Batman.
That'll get you fired.
That would definitely get me fired. But that's okay. It'd be worth it. No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, so then after the Ed Harris's son is killed, there is the hitman, and there's also the crooked cops, too.
They're the crooked cops, because Michael tries to call the cops, and naturally goes wrong, because it turns out the two people that respond to it are the crooked cops.
Yeah, and you recognize them, because you see them earlier in the movie. You're like, oh, wait, that's the same guy who's talking to Danny. Oh, yep, they were bribed.
Yeah, to give this movie credit, the foreshadowing was decent in this movie.
Yeah.
The point where it wasn't too obvious. So props to that. It's surprisingly hard to find one that's not so phoned in. Because they never see those movies, like especially action movies, that are laziest at this, where he goes, when they want to introduce something, they have two thugs randomly just bring up in conversation for no reason. And somehow the other person apparently knows their whole long tragic backstory. Oh, you don't know the Hook? Well, the Hook was an old fisherman that was born back in 1976. But during the war, he got his arm shot off and he got replaced by a bloody hook. And so now he works for the mafia and takes out everyone with his bloody hook. So you see the hook marks on their face as a signature. Thank you, Ralph. I didn't need to know all that, but thanks.
It's like listening to dialogue in a Batman Arkham game. It's conveniently talking about a villain or a character.
That kind of is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so... That led to our joke. We want to make Liam Neeson the new Chuck Norris's generation.
Yes.
So because there's a scene in the movie where I think it's the second Liam Neeson movie that's done this year, where Liam Neeson starts chasing the cops.
Yeah, and this is the first time I've seen cops running away in a chase scene.
I know. The only time where cops go, oh fuck, it's Liam Neeson, run, punch it. So we're trying to think of Liam Neeson jokes and relate Chuck Norris jokes. So it's like. Cops don't chase Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson chases the cops.
Liam Neeson's a much better person than Chuck Norris, too.
I know. I don't
stop promoting Chuck Norris and promote Liam Neeson. He's awesome, and he actually deserves it.
Fire doesn't burn Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson just sneezes and fire appears. That's what I can think off the top of my head.
Just think of every Liam Neeson movie and then make the jokes from there. Yes,
Liam Neeson once kicked a cargo container out of anger. It flipped and killed 10 people. That actually kind of happened in Taken 3. Not necessarily it kicked it, but it did defy physics where this truck carrying a cargo container just stopped.
Oh, yeah.
And then randomly the cargo container just flipped out of nowhere. I don't know, we'll think of some more. I'll try to see if I can make one in the next video. But I'll have a list by the time the next Liam Neeson movie comes out. So by the time Lego Movie 2 comes out, or whatever, I don't know, Liam's probably sure means something that's going to come out later this year. I don't know what yet.
He's been doing a lot, so.
He's busy, man.
The Liam Neeson, he kills the crooked cops, but of course the witnesses say that, oh, his son did it.
Yeah, but of course Liam Neeson makes sure that his son doesn't kill anybody, I'm assuming for plausible deniability. At the same time, who would know?
At the same time, I figured it's this running theme of he doesn't want his son to follow the same path that he did, so he's trying to keep his son's hands clean.
Yeah, again, that only works because it's Liam Neeson playing the role. I guess what it is. The surprise hit we had last year was Welcome on the Tombstones, which actually showed Liam Neeson in a gritty movie, but where he can actually act for a change instead of doing what it is. Again, he's a legitimately good actor.
He is.
He can play this role in his sleep, so he's just really good at it. So those scenes work only because Liam Neeson's the one doing it.
Oh yeah, he's a great actor. It's just unfortunate he sometimes does bad movies. In the case of Battleship.
Oh, you forgot about Battleship. That movie had one job, and that was of Liam Neeson kick an alien in the face saying, "You sunk my battleship."
And they couldn't even do that.
That's all they had to fucking do.
I'm not gonna go off on the tangents on Battleship. We're here talking about Run All Night.
Oh, we do tangents all the time. It's okay.
Yeah,
we got all night. I hate puns. I don't know why I did that. So anyway, so we're at this apartment complex. I keep bringing this up.
Yeah, that's right. The apartment complex.
So at the apartment complex, and someone recognized them because they start knocking door to door looking for this kid, which, you know, in hindsight was not a very good idea.
Yeah, like somebody's gonna recognize you from the news.
And somebody does, which I'm actually kind of glad they pointed that out because that would have been a huge plot hole if they didn't.
Yeah, like realistically, somebody would have called. And yes, it's like, oh, you're annoyed it happened, but realistically, somebody would have called the cops.
Yeah, so like in hindsight, they probably could have thought this out a little better.
Yeah.
But anyway, they go up on like the 12th floor, I think it is, which...
Yeah, the 12th floor.
I have to imagine like the police lines are blowing up at that point. Like, dude, he's here. Get over here. So naturally the cops show up while they're in this kid's apartment.
Along with Vincent D'Onofrio. I was surprised to see him.
Which one's Vincent D'Onofrio?
He was the head...
Oh, was he the detective guy?
Yeah, the detective who like really knew Jimmy's character.
Like, again, pretty one-dimensional character.
Yeah.
Like, he's the honest cop.
Which is a little disappointing because D'Onofrio is pretty good himself. He's a character actor who does a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him if he work. I've liked him fine. Yeah. I don't know if I'm saying I'm like, oh, he's amazing, but
I wouldn't say he's amazing, but he can hold his own acting-wise.
Yeah,
he definitely hold his own.
But anyway, Liam Neeson's like, the son sees the helicopter looking for him in the
ironically pointing in the opposite building.
In the opposite building, even though it's like, guys, they're over here.
Yeah.
And the police cops coming in on their head, and Liam Neeson Michael goes, we need to get out of here. Liam Neeson goes, no. We got time. We got time.
It's a big building.
It's a big time. So my thought was like, what was the plan here?
Yeah.
Because what happens next is so coincidental. It's like, there is no fucking way you knew that was gonna happen. No fucking way. Like, the assassin comes in and he turns off all the lights and like a random fire bursts out from one apartment. So it's like, no fucking way Liam Neeson planned this. No way.
Somebody left their stove on.
Just like, any second now. What are we waiting for? No, worry. This happens to me all the time in these movies.
Yeah. Somebody leaves the stove on. Yep, there it is. There's fire.
That's a reminder to all audience members, always check your stove before you leave the house.
Even if it's an emergency, turn your stove off.
And then, of course, they had the big chase scene. They escaped the building, and then, thank God, police officers forgot how guns work. Because literally, they have them cornered on this bridge.
Yeah, that's right.
And they keep saying, freeze! Fuck, he called our bluff.
I keep expecting, is somebody getting pull the trigger? They're jumping off. No one's
gonna do anything.
No one's gonna do it.
Okay. I guess we're just gonna go with this.
Oh, they called the bluff.
Damn it. I knew our budget shouldn't have just replaced all their guns with prop guns.
Oh, we were only using airsoft guns.
Oh, Liam Neeson, freeze! Bang!
Ow. Pellets.
And then, of course, the movie goes exactly the way I think it's gonna go, where it's like Ed Harris and Liam Neeson have their big badass showdown, where Liam Neeson pulls a big dick move on one poor guy.
Oh, yeah. Go, open the door and team kill.
Because what happens is, of course, Liam Neeson calls Ed Harris and does the obligatory Liam Neeson angry phone call speech.
Yeah, like, basically, I'm coming to get you.
I will find you, and you know all that.
Yeah.
So he storms in this bar where he knows where at, just fucking murders everyone, except for one guy who's hiding in the back room who sees that he just killed everyone and goes,
and then,
nope.
Nope, I dropped my gun, I give, dude.
I give it, so he goes, all right, throw your gun away. All right, open that door. And the door leads to the basement. It's like, okay, fine. Opens the door, gets blasted by the other guy. By the guy waiting for the door to open and just dies. It's like, dude.
Like, oh.
I know you're just out to murder her, but that's a dick move. And then it comes down to, again, like, the final shootout scene between Liam Neeson and Ed Harris is, like, legitimately tense.
It is tense. So, like, at what is it, a rail yard?
It's like, yeah, a rail yard.
Yeah, the rail yard.
Where,
there's
like,
a whole lot of gravel.
when they're hunting each other down. And again, it's tense because you know these characters have history.
Yeah.
And it's properly laid that out, because even like after the Santa Claus scene, because he does this at Ed Harris's house.
Yeah.
He still makes sure that, you know, he gets to sleep in a nice bed, he gives him food, make sure he's okay, and you can tell like they legitimately care about each other.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, they have history as buddies, and now they're killing each other.
And then there was the part towards the end, I legitimately thought Liam Neeson was not going to kill Ed Harris. Like for a second there, I thought he was not going to do it, because he had that look in his eye like
he was like hesitate and
like oh, I have to do this, but it fucking kills me that he has to do it. And he goes, you're getting that kind of chemistry in a dumb Liam Neeson action movie. You're doing something right. Yeah.
Like, I was also having little flashbacks to Enemy at the Gates, because it was kind of that whole cat and mouse hunting each other game that was going on. It's like, oh, it's happening again. And yes, because it was also Ed Harris in this cat and mouse game. And again, he loses.
Yeah, again, it's like, it was a really fucking good scene. So after Ed Harris dies, and he dies in Liam Neeson's arms, like, shit, I have nothing else to root into now.
Like, oh, that is legitimately tragic when Ed Harris dies.
It's like, like, it was legitimately tragic, and also kills the most interesting thing about the film. So it's like, what else do I have to look forward to now? Oh, I got the Splinter Cell guy still in here, so we know he's gonna come back. Who was, you know, the Price guy. I feel like he belonged in a different movie, because he has like the only one that has high tech.
Watch him appear in the Splinter Cell movie when it actually fucking happens.
Yeah, I would actually, you know, if he was in that, he would totally belong there. Like, again, he would belong in John Wick. Again, seriously, go watch that movie so you can get these references, and you'll watch it and you'll be watching. Oh yeah, he would have been good there. Because it has like an awesome, like an assassin hotel.
I'll make sure to do that.
Where the guy at the desk is the head director from Fringe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know, the black guy with the really deep voice.
There's a number of those actors.
Well, from the one from Fringe, you know what I'm talking.
I haven't seen Fringe.
So you never watched Fringe?
No, surprisingly, even though my sister and my mom like love that show to death.
If you watch Fringe, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you know. It was like, what was it, Fox show, so they only had one black person at a time. It's kind of how it works.
Yeah, only one black person at a time.
Or one main cast member.
Yeah.
Just so we're not completely racist. Anyway, I can't judge. According to Muha, I'm accidentally racist all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I got called out for it in the Chappie review when I said Hugh Jackman just looked like an evil crocodile hunter. Which I still stand by. I was not the only one who made that comparison, as it turns out.
You just say that because he's Australian.
Well, he also had like the tan shorts, and he was the only one playing with a rugby ball.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, he was stereotypically Australian. So I was like, no, I know I'm like, I may be a little racist, I will admit it in that case, but I'm not the only one that sees it. Someone, I think I watched a Cinema Snob who said like, dude, he looks like he's hosting a show on Animal Planet. Like, thank you. Anyway, so
yeah, after Ed Harris tragically dies, they get to the cabin in the woods where Michael and his family are hiding out.
Oh my god. I just had this awesome image of what would happen if Liam Neeson was in Cabin in the Woods. Zombies don't run towards Liam Neeson. Zombies run away from Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson once got a leg stuck in a bear trap. He threw it on his enemies.
So yeah, they're at the
cabin. They're in the cabin, and of course, like the Price guy.
I knew Price was gonna come back, and it didn't help that I can't remember the name of the movie now, but it was a Tom Hanks mafia movie that Daniel Craig was in, which kind of ended a similar way, except this one was a lot more drawn out with the whole chase. I did like Michael's family is pretty one-dimensional. I did like the fact, though, that his wife kind of ends the dumb feud between like father and son with like one line, because Michael doesn't want Liam Neeson to meet his granddaughters. Yeah, because he doesn't want to be a part of the family
at all.
Yeah,
but so he's staying outside awkwardly because can I come inside? Because you know he's shot in like 5 different places. He's really fucked up.
Yeah,
after spending all night trying to save his dumb ass.
Like, please let me in.
It says like, you can't. The daughters are inside. Finally, the wife just comes out and goes, "Hi, it's nice to meet you. I'm his wife. All right, come on inside."
Come inside, babe. Like, come on inside.
And she just has this glorious look on her face, like, are we fucking really?
Yeah.
Look at him. He deserves a break.
Yeah, really.
So yeah, and then of course you can kind of predict what happens after
Yeah,
that.
and like I was kind of like, okay, when is Price gonna show up? There he is.
Like for me, it's like because they showed the best shot and also the last like action shot in the movie in all of the trailers. You know, the cool camera pan where he has the uses the shotgun.
Oh,
with,
yeah,
like, the handle, like that's the
Winchester
flip thing. Yeah, which is an awesome shot, but they showed it in all the trailers. So I'm thinking it's like we haven't gotten that shot yet, so I know exactly how this is gonna end.
Yeah.
And it does. Oh, let's talk about the weird ass transitions this movie has too, because I don't know if that bothered you.
Oh, you mean the obviously CG transitions?
Yes, the very obviously CGI transition shots, which is like was so fucking bizarre choices to make.
It was weird that they made that. I feel like maybe the movie could have been taken more seriously without them.
Probably
because they seemed so B-movie action. Like,
well, I mean, this is like, B-movie action movie at its core. But.
Yeah, it's like those transitions looked like more like they belonged in a Van Damme movie than a Liam Neeson big budget film.
Because like the movie's really like tough and gritty. So when like the not Pierce, I'm thinking Community, but when like the Price guy comes in with like this Splinter Cell night vision goggle thing, it feels really out of place.
Yeah, it does.
And the same goes for like the transition shots, because what happens is it doesn't do the simple like cut to or fade to or anything like that to a different location. They have to do this complicated zoom out of the like the skyline of New York City, which is so obviously CGI.
Yeah.
And then just this complicated jig-jag thing to the next location, which is like, yeah, that was so fucking pointless.
I just felt, every time I saw that, I was like, I'm a little confused why that's there.
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm not the only one that bugged, because that was bugging me, and I was like, you don't need that. A simple like cut to would have been fine.
It's a great gritty action thriller, and it would have been better gritty action thriller without those weird transitions and the Splinter Cell eyepiece.
Like the director was trying to be stylish, but he didn't really know how to do it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of those weird like effect shots that never came back into play. Like the movie even does that whole movie starts at the end of the movie and then flashes back to the beginning of the movie thing, and even then it's like 15 hours earlier, and like this really kind of cheesy light effect in the background, and it was like, again, it was like trying to be stylish but didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why, but anytime a movie does that, it always kind of bugs me.
Yeah,
it basically gives away the ending at the very beginning.
It depends on the movie. Some movies can pull it off, a lot don't.
Yeah.
So it's like I can't think of any good ones off the top of my head that really make use of its effect.
But it just always bugs me when I see that, unless it does it really goddamn well. But usually,
it's just needless.
Yeah, usually it doesn't work.
John Wick did it too, and the way it got like the movie's so good, I'm willing to forgive that little thing. Seriously, I adored that movie.
I can tell.
I know, I gush. But it is one of those things like you don't need this.
Yeah.
Like, if it's a sequel to something, I already know who the characters are. Maybe it would work, because like I see like a character I really like or I've come to know, like wounded at the beginning of the movie, that goes, oh shit, what happened?
Yeah.
But if it's a character I don't know and I don't care about, otherwise like, oh shit, Liam Neeson's wounded. Okay. Because I've never seen that before in a Liam Neeson movie. Like the funny part is like, this movie does rely on like action scene shaky cam, which is annoying, but it's not like as obnoxious as a lot of other.
It's not as bad as other action movies I've seen, because I know what you're talking about, but it's not as bad.
No, like you can still tell more or less what's happening. I mean, I would prefer if just stayed the frickin' shot once in a while. Again, going back to John Wick, is the fact there's almost no shaky cam in that movie.
Oh yeah.
And so like the action scenes are really smooth and really gorgeous to watch at, because it's pure choreography and it looks great.
Nice.
Or even like that. You remember that scene from Skyfall?
Which one in particular?
When he's finding the assassin in the construction site.
Oh, I'm trying to.
We have like we have like the jellyfish ad playing in the background, has that blue light, and they're finding the silhouettes.
Oh, the silhouettes, yeah. Yeah, like that whole silhouette fight.
Yeah, like a silhouette. Again, no shaky cam on that shit. Just one single long shot, and it was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, really fancy lying aside, it was still, even like the fight scene itself was gorgeous to look at, because it's trusting the actors to work out the choreography.
Yeah, I do understand shaky cam to a point, because sometimes if I'm doing a really gritty fight, I'll do a little bit of shaky cam, but I won't like.
Yeah, a little is fine, but even then, I feel like it's usually better if you just hold the shot.
Yeah,
and like especially you got a good angle on it. That's like when you really trust your actors to pull it off.
I like to approach it more if it's more stylized. I like to just keep it steady a lot more. And if it's gritty, I'll shake, but I won't go obnoxious with the shake because like the shake is supposed to add intensity to it. But if you overdo it, then
you can't tell what's happening. It doesn't become fun at that point.
Yeah, and for some people who may have a background in fight choreography, like myself, I'm just like, okay, now it looks like the actors don't actually know what they're doing, or they weren't as good as they should have been.
Like, I was taking 3's problem, oddly enough, because there were so many quick cuts and shaky cam in that movie that no matter what happened, you couldn't tell what was happening. You couldn't tell what was going on.
Yeah.
So, like, I think the first or third Expendables was kind of guilty of this, too. Where it's like,
to some degree,
you can't tell what's happening, so why should I care?
Oddly enough, the unrated version is actually edited much better, so you can tell what's happening.
Well, yeah, because they cut out all the, like, really R-rated shots.
Yeah, but it's like, in the theatrical version, I know what you're talking about with, like, the shaky cam and the quick cuts, where you couldn't really tell what was happening. I hate it. I kind of hate when movies do that.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted. What is up with your gloves? And you got this weird flap thing. What is this?
Oh, that's just if you want to grip onto something, but you can flap it to make it warmer.
It's not that cold out there, dude. We're in California, for God's sake.
No.
Are you just ready to like beat up some muggers on the way home? Joseph Payne by day, tender reviewer by night. Da, 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 da.
Oh God.
There you go. I just gave you an idea for a video. You're welcome.
Oh boy. So yeah, that was Run All Night.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an okay action movie.
It's a good movie. I'd say it's worth seeing.
I would just give it a rental. I don't know if I'd go pay full price to go see the theaters. We got a discount night. We got lucky. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like I think it's probably, as a straightforward action movie, this is probably the best Liam Neeson action movie I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and again, best part of the movie, well, one, Liam Neeson in a Santa suit,
yes.
And also Liam Neeson and Ed Harris.
Yes, it's almost worth seeing just for the chemistry between those two actors alone. And I hope they worked again in another movie. Yeah,
like, they should do a straight-up drama.
They should, because they'd be really fucking good in that. Oddly enough, like, when I'm thinking, like, all the Liam Neeson movies I've seen in the past few years, this is, like, the most straightforward, I actually got what I wanted out of it Liam Neeson movie, which is surprising, because we had Nonstop, we had A Walk on the Tombstones, which is a really good movie, but not quite what you expect, not quite what the trailer made it out to be.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the trailer plays an entirely different movie than what you actually get from A Walk on the Tombstones. A Walk on the Tombstones is actually a very gritty, almost kind of noir-esque detective story.
That seems interesting.
It's actually very good, but and Taken 3, which just flat out sucked.
And then there's Battleship.
One job movie, one job.
Yeah, you had one job and you fucked it up.
You maniacs! You blew it up!
You had one job and you fucked it up, just like Aliens Colonial Marines.
You're just bringing up, like, every shitty thing you can find.
I know.
You messed it up just like Matrix 3! See, I can do it too.
Everything that had a lot of promise and then ended up being shitty.
You messed it up just like the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies! Yeah, I'll probably end up reviewing those one day. So anyway, yeah, I guess we'll move on to trailers, since now we're just basically shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Alright, so, as of usual, I wrote it down.
You would count that like classic movies thing that they did?
No, I never count those.
All right.
First, we got trailer for Hitman Agent 47. This movie looks really dumb. I kind of want to see it.
I'm still having that whole cautious optimism, but still.
I'm not expecting this to be a good movie. I just think it's gonna be like really dumb and it's gonna be really fun to laugh at, because already in the trailer, so many things don't make any sense.
I already kind of have a feeling that Hitman fans are gonna rip it a new one.
No, I mean, I've already seen some Hitman fans who are already pissed by what they see in the trailer. But
yeah, I have seen some comments on the trailer going like, Hitman is a stealth game.
Yep,
and,
I've seen that exact same comment.
All caps stealth.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're so dumb, I'm kind of willing to go along with this. I mean, the trailer has like a fucking sniper rifle interrogation table. Why?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why is there a sniper rifle on the table?
Like, it's like maybe you like hit the Agent 47 brought it in, but even then, why would he assemble it, and why would the interrogator load it?
Yeah, it's like, that doesn't make sense.
Or so many things like make no sense. Like, fuck it, whatever.
I'm also, after seeing this, after what they're doing to a movie based on a stealth game, what's gonna happen to the Splinter Cell movie? Like, is it gonna
a dose of awesome is what's gonna happen to Splinter Cell games. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Are they still making that? I thought that was kind of like in development hell.
Well, I heard for a while it was in development hell. Now I'm hearing that it is actually happening, and apparently having Tom Hardy in it.
Tom Hardy's in fucking everything.
I know.
We'll get to him in a bit, because we got a couple of trailers with him.
Ever since he was Bane, he's just been in fucking everything.
Lola, I'm here to kill you now. Sneaky, sneaky.
No Russian accent in one trailer.
Hey, yeah, Tom Hardy's a good fucking actor.
Yeah.
And then we got Furious 7. I can't wait. I need a good movie. Even if it's, again, it's kind of the same reason I'm looking forward to Hitman, Agent 47. It looks so fucking dumb, but at least Furious 7 knows it's fucking dumb.
I actually I'm really looking forward to it because I'm a big fan of Vin Diesel and Jason Statham.
I know.
And just to see them go at it. And also I'm looking forward to Michelle Rodriguez beating the shit out of Ronda Rousey because I have had, like, for the past decade, I've had a mad crush on Michelle Rodriguez.
Really?
And yeah. And I cannot stand Ronda Rousey. I really don't like her.
Which one's Ronda Rousey?
In The Expendables 3...
Oh, that fucking bitch!
Yeah, because she cannot act.
No, she's terrible.
And even in, because I've actually seen some videos of, like, some clips of her in, like, UFC fights. She's a bitch. She just, like, no sportsmanship. She, like, stares down a girl and then, like, flips her off. I'm like, what is that?
I mean, I don't know the woman personally. I don't, like, one of those things, I don't usually comment on people in the real lives, but I just know from what I've seen of her acting, it's fucking terrible.
Her acting is terrible. The acting's terrible. I'm just like, where's your goddamn sportsmanship, woman?
I don't know. So, yeah, thank you. You gave me another reason to look forward to this movie.
Yes.
It's actually pretty good on Rotten Tomato right now. I think it's like 83% right now.
Oh, really?
I think it's one of those movies you put your brain at the door. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You're not expecting drama out of this. Well, I mean, I've heard there was a fairly respectful scene because of
Paul Walker.
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Then I got Aloha again. This is the second time I've gotten this trailer. What do you think?
I also had the first time seeing that. I don't remember which one
that was
that?
Where Bradley Cooper and Emma Stone and Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, that drama.
Yeah,
that looks. It actually could be good.
Yeah, it's got a pretty good cast.
Yeah, and Bill Murray's really good.
Bill fucking Murray.
Bill fucking Murray.
I mean, like, even movies that. Bill Murray's kind of the age where I'm not really sure how much he cares anymore, but I'll still go see whatever he's in anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I still like Monuments Men. Now a lot of people didn't like that movie, and I can see why, but I kind of liked it.
I can see why, but I actually kind of liked it.
I liked it for what it was.
Yeah.
And then we got the first Tom Hardy trailer we got, which was for Child 44.
Child 44.
I didn't even know this movie existed until I saw this trailer.
Yeah, me neither.
And we have Bane being Russian, which is Bane originally Russian? I forget what ethnicity is Bane.
Well,
like in the comics, I forget.
Oh, in the comics, he's actually supposed to be one of my people. He's supposed to be Mexican.
Is it? Oh, right, because you got the Mexican wrestler thing going on. I should probably figure that out.
Yeah, which kind of angered me why they gave him that weird accent in The Dark Knight Rises.
I was actually okay with it. I know a lot of people didn't like the Bane voice. I actually kind of liked it. It's one of those things I don't know why. I just kind of liked it. I liked it because it was like almost nonchalant, like he didn't care that he already knew he was gonna win. And I kind of liked that about it.
Yeah, I can understand that, but I was still like, why do you have that accent? In the comics, you sound like my grandma.
To be fair, though, at the same time, Tom Hardy tried to play a Mexican.
Yeah, I'd probably be more pissed about Tom Hardy trying to play a Mexican.
Yeah, so pick your battles there.
Yeah.
Either way, Child 44 hasn't been a Russian, which he can pull off.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know. Looks
like Gary Oldman putting on another accent.
I can love Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
Like I've been on the record several times now, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. But when Gary Oldman's in a good movie, he's great. When he's in a terrible movie, he's better.
So that was your feelings towards that Red Riding Hood movie?
Pretty much. Yeah. I was like, guys, I don't know what accent Gary Oldman was doing in Red Riding Hood, but he clearly didn't give a shit. He was great. He was like a werewolf hunter. We had like one silver fingernail.
Which, by the way, I still back this man up. His review of that movie was dead on. That movie was terrible. Stop giving him shit for it. Fanboys.
I gotta pull up the old files on that because the first half of that video got taken down a while back.
Really?
Yeah. It was my own dumbass fault. So
wow.
I tried to monetize it. That didn't work out well for me.
Oh.
So yeah. It was a rookie mistake.
Yeah, risky thing trying to monetize with movie clips.
Yeah, you do get away with video game clips, which is why I hate you a little bit because you can do that a lot more than I can.
We kind of still have a gray area, but As long as I keep doing reviews, I'm fine.
Yeah, so you're fine. You're protected on fair use. So am I, technically, but YouTube's very much harsher on my domain.
It's much harsher on non-interactive media.
Yeah, so I don't know. I found a workaround. So anyway.
So what was after that?
Mad Max.
The other Tom Hardy movie.
I can't wait for this movie. I am so damn excited.
See, now I need to see the original Mad Max before I see this.
I probably should too, because I've never actually seen the Mad Max movie. I just know like it's very colorful for an action movie, and it just looks insane.
It does. It looks crazy.
It's like crazy car apocalypse porn, and it looks fantastic. Because there's actually a scene in the trailer where like it almost has like one of those goofball like, you know, those like stools like on a very long stick, and I don't know what they're called, but either way, it has like one person on a lawn chair attached to a car with a lawn stick attached to it, just kind of waving back and forth like a metronome, with an explosion going in the background. So you have one slow-moving guy on this chair swinging back, and explosions going off behind him.
Like, yeah, they advertise they expect a lot of explosions.
Very colorful explosions. Cause like, even like they show some like blues and stuff like that. It's very vivid.
Oh yeah.
So it's very like the cinematography looks pretty decent.
So this would be interesting to see, but again, I want to see the original Mad Max.
Yeah, good old Mel Gibson, before he went psycho. Or you probably already was psycho, but we just didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
Then we got San Andreas, which you're actually an extra in that one, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so
an extra in the Chinatown scene.
Yeah, you and I are gonna review that one. We're gonna play Where's Waldo.
See if I can be spotted.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there he is.
Exactly. Like I'm thinking of all the shots and where the camera was for some of the scenes that I did, and trying to think, depending on what shots they actually used in the final product, and see if my face will be visible or not.
Was it all green screen or?
No, we actually shot on an actual street.
Really?
In Chinatown.
I'm actually surprised by that. I kind of thought it would be all like a majority green screen.
Yeah, I mean they took green screen images of us because I think they're gonna like CGI some of us for certain scenes. But yeah, the rest of it was actually shot in Chinatown.
Ethnic person that dies later.
But yeah, we actually filmed in Chinatown.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, like the movie itself looks like disaster porn, but
yeah, it does look like disaster porn. But I am curious to see if I could find myself.
That'd be cool. All right. So yeah, you got any final thoughts?
Run All Night, good movie, worth seeing at least once, if only for Liam Neeson and Ed Harris, and Liam Neeson in a Santa suit.
Yes, pretty much. Like I'd probably say I probably won't wait for this to pop up on Netflix. It's going on movies. You kind of know it's gonna eventually. I don't know if I'd pay full price to see it. Maybe like if you're bored and you're looking for like a matinee price.
Also, that's a good thing we didn't pay full price.
I know, like I said, we got lucky. We ended up getting matinee prices. So if you're going for like simple like even like at a dollar theater or like any matinee pricing, you can't go wrong. It's probably one of the better Liam Neeson action movies I've seen in a while. So
but yeah, see it and you'll understand why we want Ed Harris to do another movie of Liam Neeson.
Yeah. So this is the first of like 4 movies I'm seeing this week.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm seeing, we got Cinderella tomorrow, and then I got Gunman on Thursday.
Oh, the Sean Penn.
The Sean Penn one. That one has 13% on Rotten Tomatoes, so that's gonna be interesting.
That is.
And then we're probably gonna check out It Follows on Friday, which is like it's supposed to be like a Jimmy very, very good movie. So that I need a break from, because I was thinking about seeing Insurgent, but we didn't review the first one, so I'm not sure if there's any point in seeing the sequel.
I don't know. I never saw Insurgent either. It just never interested me.
Yeah, so I don't know. Look forward to that on Catch Up Week, and thank you all for watching, and we're gonna see you again soon, right?
Someday. If not before San Andreas, then at San Andreas, because I already know you're gonna make me.
I'm dragging you to that. Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching. See you guys later.
Bye bye.